Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome, Jam. Welcome, Austral Sage. Welcome, Sheriff Ram. Welcome, Everkin's Best. Welcome, Lillian. Welcome, Archibald. Welcome, Circleback. Welcome, Previous Winter. Welcome. Yeah. I hope you're all doing well. I'm in a bit of a woozy state. I'm in the final exam grading vortex. It's like, in some ways it's pretty chill work because I can like do it on my own time. And it's like pretty straightforward and easy, which I appreciate. But it's also like so like repetitive and mind-numbing that like I'm always just in this like weird half-alive trance. I also have like tons of caffeine as I'm doing it because I find it incredibly hard to like focus on grading unless I've like very recently had coffee. So then I'm always like sleep deprived and like, you know, buzzing from the caffeine and stuff. So today's stream might be a bit strange, but I wanted to stream today because I'm gonna be just going on a little trip. I'm gonna have a short I'm gonna have a vacation. I'm hoping to see a lot of animals. Unfortunately, probably not many mammals, but hopefully the mammals I do see will be very cool. There's at least one mammal I'm particularly excited for on this trip, but many birds and reptiles, which I'm very much looking forward to. Aren't birds technically a kind of reptile, taxonomically? No, I'm staying in the US for this trip. It was like kind of a very spur of the moment thing. Yeah. But I'm going to a different eco-region of the US, I suppose. But yeah. You can follow all the like cool animals I'm seeing on iNaturalist. I guess I can say it's gonna be somewhere on the Texan coast. There's like there's a lot of cool creatures there. It's like a very interesting ecological area. And it's kind of, I don't know, like looking into birds and stuff is so weird. Like most of the western US has like a very similar, like if I pull up a random city in the western US, especially on the coast, it looks extremely similar. If I look at the like most observed like animals on iNaturalist, it's extremely similar to what I have here. But then like as soon as you hit the Gulf, it just almost completely gets joined, like an extremely different list. It seems very, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it from a creature's point of view. Thank you. Yeah, I've never been to Texas at all, I believe, so that'll be fun. Anyways. Oh yeah, and then, so yeah, as I was saying, so I'm gonna like miss a couple streams, I think. I will stream on Monday, hopefully, but then the next Saturday and next Monday, I almost certainly will not, I certainly will not do a mammal stream. There's like some small chance I might do like just a little random stream in that time, but probably I will just be enjoying my vacation. But I will almost definitely like have at least one bonus stream after I get back. Maybe mammal reviewing, but maybe just like putting together a little like slideshow of the creatures I saw. Yeah, exactly. This is like my first time leaving the bay since I've gotten into like birding and like tracking or iNaturalist and like tracking animals in general. So it seems extremely exciting and like extremely potentially overwhelming. Yeah, an outdoors IRL stream just seems like kind of a like even with my nice dual monitor setup, I find streaming is kind of very like hectic and stuff. I've thought about like on location outdoors things, but also I would never want to just be streaming in public. I mean, full respect if you do this, but like people who like vlog or stream or just like talk to a camera just around a lot of people, that's insane to me. That's like, I could never, for so many reasons. Like, but it would be quite cool. I do want like an actual like nature stream, a stream where we like actually see live animals would be really cool. I've had many ideas of this as potentially a very long-term thing to do once I'm done reviewing Mammals. I keep thinking it'd be really cool if there's some sort of stream where, I don't know, there's some sort of like trail cam going on. It'd be really fun to like actually watch out for like real creatures live, you know? Like some sort of like creator vision situation, but like more interactive. I think like this would be like way too hard to set up in a like good way. So I don't know, but I have had a lot of like just very vague thoughts in that area. I think there's a lot of really cool things you could do with that kind of stuff. But yeah, some sort of nature stream would be cool. But yeah, zoo again, like just streaming in public sounds, I don't think I will ever do that. I'd be way too self-conscious, just going, you know, saying my catchphrase, "What's up, young nation?" Just like in some crowded exhibit into a mic with my that's insane to me. Yes, I watched so many like NOAA like YouTube live streams and stuff, or just like VODs and stuff. I really want to get better at like identifying marine life, but yeah, whenever there's some deep sea cam live there, and also if you have like suggestions, I like just find them every now and then, but I want like good places to look 24 hours a day. I want like something where, yeah, if you have any like recommendations of where to find like deep sea cams, I love those. I think that'd be really fun. But I also think once I'm like, you know, like there are probably like a million reasons this would be impractical, but wouldn't it be like so fun if they did one of those like somewhat interactively? Like one day I hope we get a stream where, and maybe I should apply to be like, yeah, I should clearly apply to be head of outreach for the NOAA, the National Oceanic and Ocean and Atmosphere Association. What the hell is the NOAA anyways? Welcome Bombix Bug. Welcome, yeah. But they should do one of these streams where like Twitch chat can like vote to turn the camera or something, you know? They should find a way to make these interactive so it actually feels like as you're watching, you're like exploring. That's probably like completely impractical, but I think something like that could go crazy. Like Twitch plays deep sea vessel, you know? And like, obviously if you let them steer something that's like opening the room for disaster, but I feel if you just have like some swivel mounted camera and let them turn that around, that would be kind of like harmless and like could be pretty fun. Those are my, yeah, that's like, exactly. Anyways, let us spin some adjectives. Oh, Tommy Bahama, 1 second, I will let this first one go through, and then put that up there. Fresh. Oh, hell yeah. That's strong, I think. God, could you imagine me selling out and taking like corporate sponsorships where they would get, like, how Mountain Dew delicious is this rodent, you know? I think that would be, I should completely sell out and just do that. Could you imagine like sponsored corporate adjectives on the stream? That would be just like so horrific. The Mammal is sponsored by Lockheed Martin, exactly. Let me add in Tommy Bahama. And having a Baja Blast. Excellent, excellent. Welcome, Valerie. Welcome, welcome. The Capital One Shrew Kong. There's no way I would, it is incredibly tempting. Oh, but like unfortunately I'm doing through Sammy, so it'd break. But I do think that's actually, I'd be stealing your joke. Yeah, no, I absolutely will. I'd be stealing your joke, but it would be so funny to just like rename the shrew, just have the Pepsi Cola shrew counter down there. Like just call it that. Fuck, I really want to do that now. I would need to like, well, it'd be trivial. It'd be very easy to like patch up the Sammy code, so it works like that. Ah, why am I up here now? But yeah, just having it display as the having it display as the Pepsi Cola, the PepsiCo, shrew counter, and then like exclusively referring to it as a PepsiCo shrew counter, I think could go kind of crazy. You are all genius. Yeah, the sound of a can opening. Oh fuck yes, the Pepsi design document emote. It's so good. Anyways, we'll spin adjective 2. Shrew, Jesus Christ. I missed the... Do you remember then they were doing that like weird bot that would crawl through Twitch streams and would like use image recognition to look for streamers where they were drinking Mountain Dew and would post some like, glad to see you're Jewing the Dew, like, do you guys, sorry, I'm like half remembering this thing, but there was some weird promotional campaign where Mountain Dew had some like bot crawling through Twitch streams, adding like, and then like looking for anyone who had a visible Mountain Dew can and like posting weird advertisements in there. There was one insanely good stream clip I got. I briefly had like just, you know when you get into one of these like YouTube rabbit holes and suddenly you're like being recommended a ton of like Yu-Gi-Oh content even though you don't know the rules of the game, and then you like just spend 6 months watching people play Yu-Gi-Oh and slowly learn how it works from there, and it's just some like demented thing. Well, anyways, I had this, and through that I did find the one incredible clip to come of that Mountain Dew promotional campaign by I think a pretty big fucking Yu-Gi-Oh streamer, which feels insane to say, and I'm like deeply embarrassed to confess this, but I need to share this video because it was very funny. Yeah. So this would happen if you had a visible can of Mountain Dew. You can see Mountain Dew Gaming in chat. Mountain Dew Rig is live. Make sure you're streaming with Mountain Dew to participate.
Mountain Dew Raid is live!
So it like recognized this Mountain Dew thing. Yeah, MBT is extremely funny.
Mountain Dew, I'm so happy you're here! Oh my god, as you can see, I'm a big Mountain Dew fan. Or am I? Yeah, pretty excited that I'm drinking out of this cup, are you? Well, guess what, dumb fucks? This cup isn't full of Mountain Dew at all. In fact, it's full of cum!
But yeah, it was a great ad campaign. I think they should bring it back. I want to be able to like summon the Mountain Dew. The weird Mountain Dew Twitch bot, like, at will. that would be extremely good on stream stage. It is funny to think you could just make, like, they're not, like, they're gonna need some special agreement with Twitch, in theory. Hey, welcome to Nimit. You are that, yes. Welcome, yeah. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with all that. I just, the PepsiCo shrew counter reminded me of this. Wait, can you guys spin a third adjective? No, I have not. Let's spin a third adjective. It's kind of insane that Shrug wasn't on there. Actually, was Shrug on there? Because Shrug is like so good and so canonical. They actually wonder if like we had Shrug before. God, my website is like, can I break my website? Yes, we did. Shrug has been repopulating. Hell yeah. I thought we did, because I thought there's no way Shrug was never on the wheel. Who's the Shrugest? Did we like not get a single shrew? Or in the Shrug stream? That would be quite funny. Yeah. Sorry, if you would like to swap it out, feel free, but also I think it is very funny that adjectives can be replenished. Yeah, I think this stream might have been a little shorter. Yeah, we just get not get a single shrew. So we never got to evaluate the shrewdness of a shrew, which might be reason enough to leave it up. But anyways, let's spin another adjective. No. Sorry, this is my bag. The adjectives list always just pulls up the current list of available adjectives. But maybe stupidly, like, I remove an adjective when I spin it. And probably could have some way to keep it, but I'm kind of fine with the possibility of things being replenished. So because we had already rolled Shrug on a previous stream, it is no longer in the pool of possible adjectives, so it's no longer on the list. Which, like, some would call, like, a design mistake with how the adjectives list is presented, but I think it's good, actually. Curvy. Holy shit, we have Tubby and Curvy. Well, I'm happy the wheel knows what it wants, you know? Hell yeah. I love that for them. Fresh, Tubby, and Curvy is a beautiful start. This is so good. I also like this a lot because there is a clear distinction between Tubby and Curvy, right? They are definitely They're definitely like correlating, but they're very much not the same. Hell yeah, exactly. What a start. I feel like I was too distracted to like remark on Tubby when it was wrong, but then just going into curvy. And magical, that is such whiplash from our other adjectives, but sure. Hell yeah. Anyways, let's spin some mammals. Graciliana? This is a gracile, opossum? I think it might be. At least the gracile opossum genus has a very similar name. Yeah. I love these. Look at those ears. Look at those ears. See, this is what I'm talking about. I think this animal is clearly more tubby than curvy. Right? It's kind of just got like one curve to it or something. It kind of just is a ball, which is wonderful. But does affect its scoring. God, it's so cute. It's so cute. A ball is a curve, but I feel like being curvy isn't the property of being it's given from being curved. I feel to be curvy you have to have like a number of curves as well, right? Yeah, exactly. You have to have non-uniform curvature. That is a beautiful way of putting it. Like, I think a circle is not the curviest shape, you know? I think it's like boba. I think something like boba, as opposed to kiki, is like maximally curvy. Yeah. Or like it can't be convex. It has to have these like failures of convexity. Boba, yeah, hell yeah. God. Are we also gonna get? Yes, okay, thank you. I was gonna say, it would be kind of heartbreaking to have Boba on there without Kiki. Should I explain Boba Kiki? As Boba Kiki like just assimilating itself into the culture? Do people know Boba Kiki? I love Boba and Kiki. I think it's like both very like cool that it's real as a phenomenon, and also just Boba and Kiki themselves are very cute. But yeah. So yeah, but yeah, Boba Kiki, it's this like cross-linguistic phenomenon where if you ask people which of these shapes would you call Kiki, and which of these shapes would you call Boba, people like very reliably pick this one out against Kiki and this one out against Boba, regardless of what language they grew up speaking with. Which is like interesting because a lot of linguistics is predicated on the fact that like for the most part, there's no connection between the phonetics of words and their meaning. Like, I'm oversimplifying a bit, like, and obviously there are things like onomatopoeia, but it's like kind of interesting to see where that breaks down, where we do have like some cross-linguistics notions of like sound symbolism, of like the idea that this just looks like a Kiki and this just looks like a Boba. I love linguistics. I wish I like took more of it as an undergrad student. Hell yeah, Versa. I know so little phonetics. Like, I have no idea what a front high vowel is. I wish I knew more. For a while I thought, I guess I know very little of the, like, terms especially. For a while I thought I was, like, only interested in syntax and, like, phonetics was kind of whatever. But this YouTube channel is so good. Everyone should watch Dr. Jeff Lindsay. I love Dr. Jeff Lindsay. There's like some kind of like slight. I don't even know if calling this clickbait is fair. Like, there is some like a lot of like making videos about the questions that always get asked in comments, but a lot of the ones that aren't like that, a lot of the ones that are like clearly passion projects are like so cool. Yeah, I love Dr. Jeff Lindsay. I'm glad I'm seeing Dr. Jeff Lindsay love in here. That is wonderful. Oh yeah, no, I love how like woke he is, like, because he's just like, I don't know, I did not expect that at all, but he's like, it's awesome. Yes, the one with the I know the exact video you're talking about, and the one where he like plays the isolated like sound clips, and it sounds like something that just. Wait, can I find this video? But yeah, he'll play like a clip of a word, and it'll sound like it's just a completely different word in isolation. If you like cut off the initial, like if you cut off the S from spring, it'll sound like bring or something, or maybe it's the other way around, but you know, yeah, all those clips, like, blew my mind, yeah, like, they're... But yeah, no, yeah, definitely, I should actually link the... I should actually link the channel, but strongly recommend this. Yeah, I'm like very scared of learning languages that distinguish between phonemes that I can't like hear the difference of. That just sounds terrifying, and I have like massive respect for anyone who has done that, because like I can force myself to hear aspirated K versus unaspirated K. Or whatever it is, but yeah. Alright, we should probably learn about this. Opossum. Holy shit. I love, this is the kind of chat we should be having when we roll the like the thick-tailed Colombian rice rat or whatever, right? This creature is way too wonderful for me to be going on a phonetics rant. I should apologize to them right away. You know, like, look at that. Look at this precious baby. I love the way they're just clinging to the finger. Look at those eyes. That is, like, unreal. All the like tiny opossums are just so cute. Look at the climber! I don't know why I love this image so much when it's all you can make out is like a misshapen lump. I guess that's exactly why I like you can just barely recognize that this is like a creature, and I think that's wonderful. It is so gracile. I'm sorry, this word is driving me insane. Whoa, scary. Gracile. Yeah, and it's... Oh, but they do have gracile as an alternative pronunciation, so I guess both were fine. God. This is just unbelievably cute. Like it almost looks like it's so chibi, right? This is like a cartoon. This is just a living... This is just a living cartoon, you know? My God. This image is by Federico Santeg. Yeah, there was the vlog is still up. We get a playthrough of Shrew the game, which is quite lovely. I had a good time. If you just search Shrew on itch, it's the game that's just called Shrew. Uwe Rosenberg. Agricola, Grathal, Opossum. Is not the Agricola the board game's creator? Is Agricola the board game called Uwe Rosenberg's Agricola? That's quite awesome. I think they should do more of that. Like, I love how all the Sid Meier games are called Sid Meier's. It's like very funny to me. I think I just really love like an awkwardly long name, right? Names have gotten way too concise. Every like new video game is like just fucking like Valorant or Battlefield or something. Oh, it's not titled like that, but that is the designer. Man, we're actually, Agricola is part of the issue. It should be called Uwe Rosenberg's Agricola. We need to bring back like 8-word game titles, you know? Yeah. Exactly. Every new video game is just called Doom when there's already a game. God, that does piss me off when they do the epic thing of making a new entry in the series whose name is just the name of the series, but that's also the name of the first game of the series, so everyone has to say like game 2013 to make it clear what they're talking about, and then you can't like call the old, and then every time you talk about the original game you have to like clarify that you're talking about the original game. And I bet the first person who did that, it like blew everyone's mind. It's like, holy shit, they just called that game Mortal Kombat when like Mortal Kombat's already a well-established series whose first game was called Mortal Kombat. I know Mortal Kombat nowhere close to being the first instance of this, but I have no idea what it was, so I'm just using that as filler. Right? That probably like shocked everyone to the core, and it probably kind of makes sense from a marketing perspective, and I still think it's annoying as hell that whoever gave that the first time did it, but I can like kind of see doing it for the novelty, right? Like, it probably did work pretty well from a marketing standpoint, and it was kind of a like novel and slightly interesting idea the very first time it's been done, but like being the 30th series to do this is just so unbearable to me. Like it's not even like a fun new holy shit they did that thing anymore. It's just yeah. The newest Mortal Kombat is called Mortal Kombat 1. See, that's like much dumber. No, I was gonna say, but at least it's a different name, so it's unambiguous, but no. Actually, I think it's somehow much more ambiguous. I think now you have to say Mortal Kombat 1, by which I don't mean the actual first Mortal Kombat game, but the 14th Mortal Kombat game, which happens to be called Mortal Kombat 1. Like, that's almost worse somehow. The Xbox One too. Yeah, huge respect for Sony, for like, I mean, okay, probably not huge respect for Sony. Sony is probably a horrible company in many ways, because, you know, it's the company. But I do really appreciate that they just don't fuck around. It's just like, oh, you know what the next one's gonna be called? PlayStation 6. It makes life so much easier. I have like no idea what Xbox Series X is, you know? But I can keep track of the PlayStations, because they're actually like named in a convenient, easy to understand way. But then they're gonna call the next one like Xbox 8, or sorry, they're gonna call the next one PlayStation 8 just to spite me. Or they'll call it PlayStation 2. I think Sony is gonna call the next console they release the PlayStation 2, and I kind of have to respect it. Yeah, Kyo. Yeah, I love how you both had the exact same thought. That is beautiful. So this opossum was captured on the ground or an understory. Okay, so this is like mostly ground dwelling, it seems, which is weird. This guy looks like such a climber, right? Like, this thing looks like it's like scurrying up trees and logs and stuff. And a lot of the images are, but I guess it's like versatile in that way, and I respect it. Also, what the hell am I supposed to do for magical? I didn't really think about it, but how do I evaluate how magical this opossum is? It's likely complex of species. I think I can make it work. Yeah, imagine them in a... Exactly, yeah. I love that mental image, but I don't know if loving that mental image quite is the same as a big magical, because I think part of why I love that mental image is it seems so unfitting. Healing up... Yeah, that was the other thing I was going. You're just like... How likely do I think this is a shove like healing power? And in this case, that's extremely high. This thing could like... This thing could like just like wave its hand and all your like minor cuts would be healed at least. I don't know if it could like mend a broken bone or anything, but I think it could at least provide a lot of comfort and take care of superficial wounds. It feels very fresh just because it looks so baby, right? This thing looks so new and young and baby. I think this is actually like very fresh for that reason. It's quite tubby. It's like, it's, yeah, just tubby. It's very tubby. It's like almost spherical. But yeah, see, I think it's still curvier than average, but I don't think it's nearly as curvy as its tubby, just because its shape is kind of too like simple and it's too just like orb. There's just the one curve going on, you know? This could be like a 184 maybe? Yeah, I think it's just its healing abilities are make it feel magical. Also, welcome Double Dot, welcome. Oh, extremely high scoring creature. All the pictures are in trees, but all the caught specimens were on the ground. Actually, I guess that just makes sense because, like, it'd be way easier to see this guy if they were hanging out on an exposed branch than if they were scurrying about in the leaf litter. Agricolai. I've played it like once or twice, I think, and had a pretty good time? I did not know Eurovision was happening. Who won? Austria. Whoa. That's good. I have an Austrian friend. I hope she was happy about this. Suncus remyi. I think it's awesome that there's a winner in Eurovision. Yeah, no, I totally get that. I feel this way, like, if Canada goes, I'm not at all patriotic, but like, a Canadian wins an Olympic event, you know, there's just some little thing inside you that makes you go like, oh, hell yeah. I totally get that. Remy's pygmy, it's just the mention thing more than anything, right? Like, hell yeah, Canada mention, you know? I think it's like especially true if you're from a smaller country. Like, I think if you're like from the United States or whatever, it's not like big news when an American does something that makes the news or whatever, you know? It's just, you're just used to that. But I guess like if you're American, then you have this experience with someone from your like hometown or whatever does. Yeah. Time to increment the Pepsi Cola shrew counter. Also, welcome Gert and welcome Krua. Welcome. Yeah, exactly, Sheriff Ram. But I feel like everyone has some, you just need to zoom in more, right? Like if you're from a giant country, then maybe you feel this way about your state. And if you're from a giant state, then maybe you feel this way about your town. And if you're from a giant town, maybe you feel this way about your like borough or whatever. You're a borough, yeah. Like not country. Because is New York the only city that gets to have boroughs? Like I feel they normally call them districts or something else in other places. Or it is not an American thing. Do Americans always have boroughs? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Incredibly kind. My borough. Thank you for gift consumption of Anonymous. I never know how to address an anonymous gift subscription, because whenever I say like thank you anonymous, like a tiny part of my brain thinks like it sounds like I am thanking like early 2010s hacktivist group Anonymous. Like it sounds something, just using anonymous as a proper noun just sounds so stupid to me for that like association that my head makes. Thank you, Anonymous, colon guy. Exactly. But like saying like thank you whoever you are sounds like Yementig. I should just say thank you for the gift sub. I guess it's like unambiguous who I'm thanking if I say that. I don't need to address someone in the case where it was done anonymously because it's clear I'm talking about the person who bought it. But yeah, no, I thought you should know my torment of saying the phrase thank you anonymous. One of the smallest living shrews. Yeah, pygmy shrews are a really good spot to be. Very similar to the Etruscan shrew. Yeah, 4 to 5 centimeters long. Isn't the Etruscan shrew way smaller though? That sounds fake. Sorry, the smallest mammal spoilers. But it's in the same genus. Like these are those pygmy shrews. Oh no, 33 to 50. I guess 3 centimeters is like 1 inch, and that's head and body length. So yeah, this is extremely small. wait 1 point, because remember, the like dash are just weird, usually like decimal points that just got like automatically transcribed wrong. So this thing weighs like 1.5 to 1.8 grams, I believe, which is like nothing. Let's see, like US penny weight, 2.5 grams, so like half the considerably less than the weight of a penny, almost half the weight of a penny, which is just crazy for a mammal, you know? Genetically remained Suncus infinitesimus. Infinitesimus is so good. The infinitesimal shrew has not been recorded again since its description. I wonder if that's just because we haven't found it. Like, it's least concern. I think it's just too small. Conservation, IUCN, critically endangered, not justified. They are pissed about this. Which is like baffling to have up here when there's least concern down here. But it does seem to currently overhunting is insane. Wide distribution? But we've only found one and yet we know it has a wide distribution. So yeah, okay. I guess probably that information that we only found one is just out of gate. This is giga efficient, critically endangered, least concern. Incredible. Possibly by overhunting. Imagine. I wonder if they just like copy paste this at the end of like every mammal, if we're just in a like horrible enough world, like it's just might as well put this line at the end of like every mammal's entry, because it probably like applies to a pretty good portion of them. Because I have to imagine this thing's not actually being overhunted. I have to imagine that's just some weird some criteria on a template to get that. This was the what pygmy shrew? Remyi. It's pygmy shrew, of course. Unless I doubt there will be anything on my naturalist. Might as well look. Hopefully there will be a GBIF illustration, or I can just oh never mind. Look at that little thing. Just imagine this. Just imagine having. Well, like, look down at your hand and imagine something just spanning, like, the width of 2 fingers. And it weighs, like, less than a penny. That is just a bug at that point, right? See, this one I think is more curvy than chubby. Because it's, like, kind of lean, but it's still kind of curving. Like, there's some curvature here. It was very hard for me to phrase that in a way that can make me sound like a shrew pervert. And I still think I sort of failed. Yeah, this is a gummy candy. Yeah. Maybe there's the, like, even littler 5 that has all the pygmy shrews. Fresh. Fine, it's like weirdly not baby for how small it is. I mean, it's quite baby, but I don't know. I love it, but in a sort of you're a weird alien kind of way, you know? I guess it's just like, yeah. No, it's really quite cute, but it's just so strange. It's just like a third of the size it should be, and it just like... I find that kind of surreal, so it's hard for me to like concentrate on other things. So yeah, I think it is a little curvy. Like, it's quite slender. I think I could go down to like an 85 here. It's also like, you know, so light. You know, if you weigh half... Yeah, I can't give you that high of a Tubby score if you weigh half the weight of a US penny? I guess just I can only speak from like birds, but in birds there are like a lot of indications that an animal is like juvenile. Like it will depend a lot on the species, but like for example, we know certain thing of what, like, I don't know, juvenile New World sparrows have these traits or whatever, right? And I imagine if you actually collect, like that's just from like field observation, if you're actually collecting specimens, there are probably things we know about shrew development, I guess, right? We probably know, oh, this happens to their teeth as their age or something. We probably have like pretty good tells for, in fact, they sometimes like specify the age of caught wild specimens. Probably not with like huge accuracy, but I think, right, like if you know, like if all the other like much better known shrews have this thing where, I don't know, something happens to their teeth proportionally to their skull or whatever as they age. Yeah, exactly. I think it's like you use your knowledge about other shrews, and I think there's just like weird morphological changes that happen as you age that aren't just like growing or shrinking. There'll be like other giveaways, like, you know, in humans you can check for like do they still have their baby teeth or not, right? And probably if you had had a lot of like medical knowledge and were dissecting one, which probably I should have started this metaphor differently or something, you know, you could have a much better idea. I'm sure they don't actually need to dissect in most cases. I'm sure there's like just like looking closely at the teeth and claws and stuff, they have ways, but that is like purely guessing. I think when you're this strange, like when you're this tiny, there must be some like medical use for you, you know? Or you must at least be medically interesting. Like these are probably like immune to cancer, or they're like really good at killing cancer or something, right? Like there has to be like some weird medical situation going on with this creature. Weighs noticeably less than a US penny. Yeah, this guy like crawls around. Yeah, exactly. This guy like crawls around in your intestine to see if there's any blockage. It went from like IUCN critically endangered to IUCN least concerned in a few years, bafflingly. Possibly overhunted. I think that's quite good. And I think an ag break is about to start. So I will take a quick, I don't know, 3 or 4 minute break. Get some water and stuff. And I will see you all shortly. Hello! Welcome back, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Vermicelli, literally little worms. That's so awesome. Do you think like it's harder to sell in Italy, or do they just like not think about it there? Is it just so ingrained in the language that you're like, yeah, I'll get some little worms. Oh, that's so good, yeah. I mean, I feel like snakes just being distant relatives of worms that got like big and armored. That's like sounds as if you're just some like, you know, like Stone Age farmer, whenever these etymologies like took place. That's a pretty good guess, right? Like lizard that lost its arms and legs to us makes a lot of sense, but probably would sound like equally insane to them. Vermont is moutworm. Is that real? I hope so. No, it's Vermont. That's so boring. Yeah! Or some of those like legless lizards, and then there's like, they probably thought salamanders were lizards as well, right? Like like I feel you can get a pretty good gradient between worm and a snake if you consider something like this thing, right? This is already sort of halfway between a worm and a snake, and yeah, I think you're right that like tiny snakes are probably even more like this. Yeah, this is totally, it's totally fair to think like snakes are worms if you've seen like these, you know? Snakes are so cool though. It's like awesome that you could, it's awesome that it could be viable to just like not have limbs. Like to be a terrestrial creature that doesn't have limbs. Oh yeah, Thessalians! The other amphibians. So every amphibian is either a salamander, a frog, or a Sicilian, which I still think is like extremely funny, because like no one's ever giving the Sicilians their due, you know? I think they're like very poorly understood because they just like live underground most of their lives and stuff. Someone from Sicily. Actually, how do you? Yeah, is it actually, it looks like it is actually just a homonym with Sicilian, like, of the southern Italy. Yes, vermiform, we're full circle. Incredible. I guess it's vermicular, but that's almost synonymous with vermiform. Yeah, it's weird. Worm isn't like a taxonomic class. Like, there are many very unrelated creatures that kind of just develop worm body type. I should learn about. Let's do worms next time. Worm is a genre, yeah. After mammals, we're doing worms. I think that'd be really good. It's like polyphyletic, so I have to like collect a list of 30 different clades that are called worms, you know? Anyways, Legus. spin a mammal. Cynopterus luzoniensis. So some Luzon bat. Some bat native to Luzon. Right, because Luzon's like an island, right? Yeah. Yeah, the top one. Pierce's fruit bat. Awesome face it's making here. Holy shit. Yeah. This is so good. It's almost like the photographer is asking it to look really menacing, but it's not really, like, feeling it, so it's doing this kind of, like, half-assed roar. Yeah, yeah. He is kind of a fresh kick on bat, well, especially in this photo. I guess that's just the only... Yes! Yes! Is it like... Wait... This image is so good. I love that it's kind of doing the Pixar. Yeah, the book to say not Pixar, the DreamWorks eyebrow. Thank you. Took the words right out of my mouth. The air fryer is scary, exactly. Well, I guess took the words right out of my mouth is kind of giving myself too much credit when I was gonna say the wrong thing, but yeah. This is incredible image. Fortunately, I mean, this image is also extraordinary. I really can't complain, but this is also the one with the more permissive license. Here's that. And this image is by Susan Sang. Being a fruit bat does help your like fresh score, you know? Some kids go out of their way of speaking about whether it's ripe, overripe, or underripe fruit, and that would be extremely helpful. One of the most abundant bats in its distribution and occupies geographic habitats, so it's considered an agricultural pest. Really long description section. Lives in primary rainforests such as scrub forests, mangrove swamps, cultivated areas, orchards, well, I cannot speak to you, gardens, urban areas from sea level up to 600 meters. Abundance declines with elevation. Many kinds of fruits, they don't specify which kinds, so we can only speculate as to whether figs are included. But yeah. White fresh. Not tubby, like, at all. Well, actually, wait, what am I saying? There's a little bit of... This photo doesn't look chubby, but I think it might have a bigger belly. I don't know, it does look pretty slender here. It's like fuzzy, but that's not chubby. Yeah, it does look kind of like it's arcing around Borneo. I wonder what's going on with that. I think like 48. There are less tubby mammals out there, I'm sure. Not really curvy. It's kind of round lump a bit. Hey, Benami! Thank you so much! Thank you! Thanks for resubscribing. Welcome in. How magical is this? Oh, interesting! Wait, there's the name- there are those lines in the- what are those like famous- it's like Simpsons line or something? What are those like Pacific lines? Is it something to do with like... Does anyone know what the hell I'm talking about? Swainson's line or something. The Wallace line. Okay, this is completely off with the name, but yeah. 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 That's interesting because Borneo and the Philippines are on the same side of the Wallace lines. It's not strictly a Wallace line thing. But yeah, there are these... The like animals here tend to be quite different from the animals here, tend to be quite different from the animals here, and so on. And my understanding is it's sort of like a continental drift thing. Like even though these things are all quite close to each other now, they weren't in like on a geological timescale. Yeah, the merging point of 4 major tectonic plates. Wallacea! I'm with you, Riverman. Like, come on. Wallacea. Whoa. He independently conceived the theory of evolution through natural selection. He just also came up with it, but got none of the credit. Well, none of the credit is probably unfair. I think this guy's like one of the most famous biogeographers, or the most famous biogeographer ever, but you know. One of the first scientists during serious exploration of whether there's life on Mars. Incredible. But yeah, a lot of like where there are animals now is like weird continental plate stuff. Like why Madagascar is so much weirder than a lot of other islands because it's been separated from Africa for so much longer. And then there's like weird things where, you know, we have like marsupials in the Americas and in Australia because they used to be connected via Antarctica. I actually think it's kind of, I don't know, maybe this isn't interesting, but to me it's like really interesting how like a lot of our understanding of where the continents used to be, because like that always, like, you know, you see these like maps of like Pangea, right? And some of it is like pretty easy to guess, right? Like everyone loves looking at like how nicely Brazil like nestles into Africa, and people had like noticed that Brazil nicely nestles into Africa long before we knew about continental plates and stuff, right? But that's not like all we know. We know like a pretty good idea of where all the like continents were at like various different points in time. And that always like confused me because that felt like surely we can't just like run continental drift backward. Surely there's just like way too many factors and we can't just like perfectly simulate all the movement backwards and like just, you know, rederive where we are. And that's not the case. But actually, like, one of the, like, best ways of knowing how continents used to connect is wildlife. Like, you know, like, there's some similar species here and here, or, like, fossil records, even more so. It's, like, from life. Like, there's, like, fossils from a certain point in time might be very similar here and here, which is a sign they were, like, geographically close at that time. And then later fossils start diverging from here and here, so maybe they were, like, geographically far apart. And that always feels so cool to me, because I don't know, it feels, like, so backwards. It feels like such a, like, disruption of, like, the hierarchy you'd expect things to go, to, like, figure out where the continents were from the animals, you know? Like, I don't know, that just feels so strange to me. Oh, it's a sea level change! And welcome, Xavier. Oh, interesting. So they were physically close together for most of that time. But it's just, they were just always separated by ocean. So there's just never a chance to, like, cross this trench. So does that mean, like, you see much more diversity in, like, terrestrial life? Like, non-bat mammals and stuff, but then, like, in birds and stuff, are things much more similar because they could just fly over? I guess it's probably kind of just universally true about islands close to other islands and stuff. Well, no, but you do get, like, hyper-specialization and, like, you do get, like, birds unique to islands all the time, so I guess it's not quite that simple. But yeah, huge shoutouts to the Wallace line. But I think that kind of stuff is, like, really interesting to me. I don't know. Like, weird things where you can go a short distance and suddenly the, like, animals you're seeing are, like, completely different. Biomes are weird. Yeah, it would be really neat. It'd be so neat to see, like, Antarctica before it was covered by ice caps, like, back when Antarctica was full of, like, marsupials and other weird animals. I was, like, trying to read a bit about what animals lived in Antarctica when it was, like, much more habitable. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I think we read all this. I think it's a wide diversity of fruits. That's cool. Oh yeah, we're just trying. Yeah. I don't think this thing is curvy. It eats a lot of fruits. That's good for its health. So I think it gets some magical credit there. Really good base it's making there. It's a wide variety of fruits. But come on, there's no way it's not like 90% figs. I think does not go to Borneo. I think it might sort of be a Wallace line thing. I'm not sure because a good chunk of its territory is on the same side as Borneo. There we go. We need to include a very long bit where we talk about the Wallace line. Alright, let's spin a mammal. Hadromys yunnanensis. So yunnans, like, in southern China, right? Like kind of just north of Vietnam. Welcome, Greetra. Greetings. Good afternoon. The Yunnan brush rat. He is known only from a single nature reserve, which is in a city? Like, a park in a city, or is... Yeah, there's like 139 square miles. That is tiny. Oh my god. Great image. Great image. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. I guess that makes sense. That's like more complicated than just one line on a map. And the main takeaway should be there has been water between Borneo and those other islands for a very long time, so it would not be easy for an animal to just cross over. Yeah, this is a lovely creature. This image is by Jeff Harding. Oh hell yeah, love a rainforest dwelling creature. It's strange because this image doesn't really scream rainforest to me, but I guess it's just like too corrupt to really get a sense. It is a great view for assessing tubbiness and curviness. I agree, high tubby score, maybe a bit lower on the curvy scale. But still curvy. Well, it's terrestrial. Yeah. Yeah, it's a rat. Yep. It's very cute. It's very cute. We can acknowledge that, but it's very cute in a very normal Rockstar cute way. It's fresh to me. Well, I don't know. I feel this thing is going, like, it's a little scale. I love it, but I've seen it so many times. It's such like a classic ancient creature that goes against it. So yeah, is it chubby? Sorry, I got briefly distracted. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. My friend saw a rare bird, and I had to congratulate him. Huge shout out to the flag-legged owl. We love the flagellate? Probably flagellate. Wait, flagellate? Like self-flagellate? No, it's not called that at all. What is the name of this creature? Flammulated! There we go. Look at this little thing. Isn't this cute? Isn't this adorable? Isn't this insanely good? My friend saw one. I'm very happy for him. My friend who is like even more obsessed with birds than I am somehow, right? Did you know there are owls this small? I like how it has like the great horned owl, like the pictures he got had the great horned owl ear thing going on, which is just so good. Welcome, Kizo. Welcome. Yeah, no, this is very jealous of my friend. And they are like extremely rare, like at least by my scan groups. Like I think this one had 427 naturalist observations. The rarest bird I've seen had a few thousand, and it was nowhere near as like cool of a creature. Or like at least a couple thousand. Yeah, I love owls. I love owls. I love nightjars. I think I've talked about these before. I've definitely talked about these many times. I love Petaurus, of course. I love frogmen. There's this like plague. They're actually not related to owls. All the ones I'm showing you. It's just convergent evolution that they've kind of got an owl vibe going on. But they're actually closer related to like hummingbirds, which is really weird. But yeah, huge fan of striatus, like one of my favorite clades. And I'm pissed because it's not a clade on a naturalist. It's not like recognized as a clade on a naturalist, so I can't put it as one of my favorite taxa on a naturalist. But like all the guys in here are wonderful. Owlet nightjars are wonderful. Look at that. But yeah, owls are extremely good. God, I really wanna go to other... There's so many good owls if you go up north. I would love to go like to northern Canada or something, because there's... I mean, just like, well, there's of course the one we know and love. Everyone loves Snowy Owl. Snowy Owl is so good. Snowy Owl is so good. I need to go. It's crazy that like Southern Ontario is here. Like, I wonder if I could just. There's no way you can like see a Snowy Owl in Toronto, right? Because if you can, that would be incredible. But then also. I really want to see one of these, which is also like a northern Canada kind of dweller. Look at that face. Isn't that just like... like, look at that. Crazy guy, right? And I think these are like pretty rare and like seen as a pretty good vet. They're like incredibly poofy. Like in sheer size and like volume, they're among the like biggest owls, but they're like quite like light because it's like all the size is feathers, which I think is great. Oh, I had no idea, Chuk Chuk. That is so. Wait, are there? Oh, just owls in general. Because they're so heavy. That's so good. That's so good. Yes. But yeah, Northern Canada has really good, like mostly just Canada in general, but like probably not so much Toronto. Has good owls, so next time I get to go somewhere there, like I have family in Alberta, so I'm just like hoping for an excuse to go up there and see some wonderful owls. Yeah, this is the like crazy owl thing, that they are just kind of normally shaped birds under there. Like this is all just fluff, and there is just like a like much smaller regular looking bird under all of the crazy plumage. It's so funny. Yeah, such so little bird per bird. Oh, I saw it. Sorry, I keep bringing these up just because I think it was like extremely lucky, and it's my only like time seeing an owl that I can remember. I did not too long ago. See in Point Reyes a great horned owl. Look at that! Look at that wonderful creature. This, I still feel so lucky I saw this. And like during daylight, because I think it's hard but not impossible to like, well, what was like much easier to do is to like go on like night walks in the right places and see an owl shaped silhouette, which is really cool. But the sun hadn't gone down yet, so I just had this like beautiful unobstructed view of this owl, which I bring up every stream now because it's awesome. But yeah, let's hear it for owls. This brush rat. Anyways, the brush rat. How it's quite tubby. I could see it breaking 200. I think it's like a 208 tub. I don't know. I think it's like, look at that. Look at this chubby bastard. It does not get much tubbier than that. I got into owls. I got into birds like 2 months ago, maybe. I knew I could not like name a like local bird other than like crow and turkey. Like I could not identify to the species level any of the birds I would like see regularly other than crow and turkey. And even the crows, I don't think I'd know they weren't ravens. And pigeons, I guess. I knew those until, until 2 months ago, basically. I knew, like, next to nothing about birds. And less curvy than chubby. Oh, hell yeah. No, I love it. I've, like, gotten in. Do you go birding at all? I'm on eBird now. It's like a very new love of mine, but very strong love of mine. I've like fairly regularly. I'm like obsessed now. I like go birding quite regularly. I keep track of all the ones I've seen, but I'm still extremely new to it. But yeah, it's so fun. Magical. It's kind of too normal to be magical, you know? I guess I'm healing. I shouldn't be shifting goalposts around. I guess I'm like, I think this thing would like care for you. And I think it deserves credits for that. Yeah, absolutely. It's like, I feel I live, especially before a few months ago, I feel I lived a pretty insular and like lethargic life. Like I really did not go out enough, so it's really nice to have an addicting hobby that has me like taking long walks in like nature, you know? Yeah, hell yeah, Chuk-Chuks. Yeah, I've been like trying to learn as much as I can about the local birds. Like I do like studying them and so on, but I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with like just going on walks and seeing them as well. Because I don't know, I do... Yeah, I do spend a lot of times reading about them, though like mostly just, I don't know, like Audubon articles and things like that. I'm not really reading many research papers. It's more a casual interest of mine. Yeah, exactly. It's really cool to have stuff outside you care about. But that's extremely cool if you're like genuinely studying birds. I'm like deeply jealous of like ornithologists, especially the kind who get to go to those like normally inaccessible research areas. Like I want to visit the Farallon Islands so badly. Though I have heard like the boat ride out there, you will like puke 100 times, but I think it's like closed off to the public. Yeah, X. A rat. Cute. X. A rat. I think that's all I have to say about the Yunnan brush rag. I'm sorry, but there was nothing about this creature. I guess we should say something about crazy limigig X ranges. It's known only from like 100 square kilometer urban park. Urban park is probably too harsh, like, it is probably only technically part of the city, and it can sound like it was rainforest, but... But yeah, that's really good. Alright, let's spin another mammal. Lontra longicaudis. Oh, the neotropical auger. What is it even? Is this just like the most weirdly placed tag? Like cheek tag? But yes. Yum plastic. Is there any image description here? Welcome, Olive. Welcome. Nope. The description is just Lobito Dario. The neotropical river auger. Also river auger, okay. Well, I guess that's kind of very typical auger place, auger location. And I guess we already knew that because we just saw Lobito Dario. Oh, they're most similar to the marine auger, but they're relatively distant related to the giant auger, even though they have like almost... Holy shit, I should not have looked. Like a spoiler. It's like I only got the glimpse, but that's insane. The neurotypical auger. They like convergently evolved to be a giant auger. Like it occupies the same ecological niche. What the... Insane photo? Excuse me? This thing's terrifying? This is a monster that is going to kill me? What is this face it's making? It is kind of an emo. I had no idea augers could be this scary. Yeah, exactly, Benemy. Okay, let's pull it up on INAT and GBIF. They're weird. Like, I love them and they still have the cute auger thing going on, but they're like weird. They're a little scary, you know? Like those teeth. Yeah, yeah. They're cute. But they're so yeah, it's weird. They are cute. They are funny otter thing. And here it looks so cute, but the moment they open their mouth, it's so scary. Whoops. There, that is what I meant to do. And this is the neotropical otter. Oh, hell yeah.
The neotropical river otter.
Sorry, let me pause the background music.
With a sleek body, webbed feet, and a powerful tail, this female is a perfectly adapted swimmer. What's more, she's a champion breath holder. Each underwater foraging trip can last up to 8 minutes.
Oh my god, it's swimming into the camera.
She uses her strong legs and sharp claws to dig up stones to look for crustaceans. But she'll eat almost anything she can find. Insects, smaller mammals, and even birds.
Hell yeah.
Small prey she can swallow underwater.
God. I love how gracefully they swim. Like, I mean, it makes sense. They've just adapting to be like aquatic creatures, but it's like crazy. It's crazy that this is just like a ferret that became a fish, you know?
Like most mammals in the rainforest, she suffers from ticks and other parasites embedding themselves in her skin.
It is kind of vermiform.
But unlike monkeys who can pick them out with their fingers, she must find other ways to get relief.
Get out of here, Hadromys. Three subspecies are recognized. Found in fast-flowing clear rivers and streams in both deciduous and evergreen forests at elevations up to 3,000 meters. It lives in rivers, pools, river pools. They have very specific, like, descriptions of the exact kind of river it wants to be in. Like the dimensions, it needs over 64% understory vegetation cover and rock talus vegetation cover within 4 to 8 meters of the water's edge. I would love to be like a river otter real estate agent, which I guess if you do certain ecological research is kind of your job, right? Like, isn't a lot of like ecology research, or like a lot, like a significant, isn't like a big thing you do is like using like GIS data to try and find potential habitats for animals, like where animals might be based off just which habitats fit their conditions. But yeah, I love that they need over 64% understory vegetation cover. I hope it's like a sharp threshold. Like if you have a pool with 63% understory vegetation cover, that thing is gonna be empty. As soon as you hit 65, it's gonna be exploding with otters. But yeah, like this saga eats like everything. Fish, crustaceans, small mammals, birds, reptiles, and insects. Whoa, that's kind of scary. If there are many humans nearby, they might switch to being nocturnal. I think just spending all that time in the water, that makes me feel they're extremely fresh. See, this one's not this one's not chubby, like at all. It's very slender, but it is quite curvy. Like its whole body is kind of just constantly curving, you know? Magical? No, this thing will kill you. This thing is scary. This is the opposite of magical. I'm thinking like a 27 here. Cute, but like also pretty scary, especially when it opens its mouth. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about like musculigs when we rolled those. It like occurred to me that musculig might be like curvy but not chubby, because yeah, I totally get the like, it almost feels like curvy is chubby and then some extra thing, but I think this is a good counterexample to that. Eats everything. Loves when there is more than 64% understory vegetation cover. Do not present this guy with 63% understory vegetation cover. Well, it will not go well. There we go, neotropical otter. Hell yeah. I think an ag break is coming up soon, so I wouldn't mind just stretching my legs a bit, so I will quickly do that, and I will see you all in like a few minutes. See you. Hello. Welcome back, welcome. We now... Whoa. Jump scare? I like accidentally hit the thing from the Thanksgiving stream. That's so funny. Wait, let's hit that again. That's the cutest skill hack, the last message I put in there. I forgot that like scene was skill logging in OBS. Incredible. But yeah, thankful for Mammals. Thankful for Mammals got hit at least once during the Thanksgiving stream. That was not a mammal, no. Is there a mammal on Thanksgiving? Youngsgiving. But let us spin. A new mammal. Falsistrellus affinis. The chocolate pipistrelle? Hell yeah. It's gonna be a bat, but... A chocolate pipistrelle. True, double yacht. Could be, the Easter Bunny could be a monotreme. But the GBF just is nothing, just stone cold nothing about this creature. Oh. Simply because they've swapped the genus? They fly 5 to 6 meters high and catch small flying insects such as mosquitoes? Hell yeah. They roost in groups of 5 to 6, like a very modest colony size. It's just like a friend group or something. They hibernate. No Myanmar name, but chocolate pipistrelle is really good. Wonderful common name. Yeah. Like, definitely having a delicious name like that helps your fresh score to me. Also, wait, hold on. I thought I was going crazy for a second. It flies at heights of 5 to 6 meters and roosts in colonies of 5 to 6 individuals. Isn't that peculiar? Just like, what if not one of these numbers is just wrong? What if they just accidentally like reused the number from one of these? You're really telling me the range of the height it flies is the exact same as the range of its colony size? Isn't like 5 to 6 individuals like a weirdly small range of possible colony sizes? Like, are they really all 5 or 6 individuals? It's quite wonderful if so. And does it really only fly between 5 and 6 meters? That feels like a pretty narrow band. It's like in controlled airspace. Bizarre. I think I see going 168. I like this the chocolate pipistrelle. It's a little tubby, more so than the last bat, but I still think like mostly fuzz. It's not really curvy. Again, it's like rounding, but that's just like a singular curve. Chocolate is like good for the soul. Chocolate's good. Yeah. Don't they say like a big like doesn't dark chocolate have like antioxidants or something? It's still not it's still junk food though, right? It would be funny to proclaim it as being very medical because chocolate is good for you, but come on, we're being serious here. And it gets kind of the junk food bat. Wonderful common name. Flies 5 to 6 meters high. Lives in colonies of 5 to 6. Weird that they're the same ranges. Also, they both feel weirdly tight as ranges. I think that's good. I think that's all I have to say about the chocolate pipistrelle. Crocidura? With that Crocidura mutesae, so we know what that means. We absolutely know what that means. Hell yeah. Shrew 103. Its range, population size, and habits are poorly known. Classic shrew range right here. The shrew resembles the African giant shrew, but is slightly smaller. It gets 4.5 inches. It's like quadruple the length of the last shrew. Portentus. Hell yeah, or portentus. I like that that's just gonna sit next to portly. I think that's a good place for it. Hell yeah. It formed about, in a mixed forest and sallow, it formed about 1/3 of all shrews caught in pitfall traps. And it was identified in 2.3% of skacks left by small carnivores. I like that. I like how much of our understanding of the shrew comes from it either falling into pitfall traps like a moron or it being eaten by small carnivores. Like a very wonderful, poor little thing. I also love the notion of a giant shrew, which is like 5 inches long, which is, to be fair, yeah. Like 4.5 inches. That's like pretty crazy big for a shrew, I feel. That's like getting into rodent territory. So this is mutesae. There's 399 in this image. This one here. Which will eventually load. It's gonna be like around here. Yup. 399. Beautiful. Perfect. The Ugandan musk shrew. This image is by Tony. Love it. Slightly smaller than the giant shrew, only known from a few scattered localities, does not seem to face any threats. Oh boy. I think if it was like the Ugandan lemon shrew or something, I would give a very high fresh score. But to me, musk is not a very fresh smell, right? I think it's like quite the opposite. It's quite a like murky smell. Not really chubby at all. There's some curvature though here. It has curves. Once again, we have the surprising, not chubby, but like actually quite like for this body rate. Wait, this is like about as curvy as you can get, right? Magical? Magical. It's too small to be magical, but then I guess it gets big. And it's like mysterious, which I think helps its like magical score, because that makes me think it's a magazine. Like you know, if it's hard to find, if it's really, but it's not that hard to find. There's like 1/3 of shrews, cog, and pig fall traps in the area where this. 1/3 of shrews caught in pitfall traps somewhere. Present in 2.3% of local small carnivore sharks. Yeah. Like the giant shrew but smaller is I think really good. I love that it's like the giant shrew but smaller. Alright, why are musk shrews called that? Like do they actually, are they using like perfume or stuff? Do they, there's another name for white-toothed shrew. Do they actually like musk? Unclear. Yeah, they are doing the classic caravan thing, but so are some Sorex. Shrews. Let's spin another. Mammal. Petaurus? Abidi. The kinda large stinky shrew, exactly. Northern glider? Critically endangered gliding marsupial? Oh god, poor thing. Look at that range, are you kidding me? So is this like a sugar glider? Is like glider just the like scientifically correct word for sugar gliders? No, these are other oh no, the sugar glider is a species in the same genus. Yeah, I love sugar gliders. I imagine these are quite good also. Poor thing, critically endangered. No, I naturalist Fogo. But you know this species, Archibald? Or you just mean gliders in general? Jeez. Oh no, this is just about the genus. Is there like a singular photo of this? No, but there is a beautiful illustration. What is this image by? It's so good. Holy shit! Holy shit, there's video! Oh, this is maybe wrong. Yeah, this is Petaurus breviceps. Unfortunately, this is a subspecies of sugar glider. Man, they tricked us. Unless it's some weird thing where we used to think this was a subspecies. We all mentioned that here. Yeah, no worries, no worries. The video named Gigsay Northern Glider. Very understandable. No, I don't think it's even anything like that. Wait, but here they have claimed images. They claim these are images of. Look at that. That is so cute. Look. Oh yeah. Oh, but here they just write Petaurus species? God, they're so cute. No, this is from the same video. Now I'm just confused by everything. Oh, but this was in Australia, so it's definitely not the glider we got. I think they just also got tricked by that video. But this image was at least supposed to be. Like, I think this is an original image by palm oil detectives. So maybe that's who I just credit for this illustration, because it is a wonderful illustration. Northern glider, holy shit. I mean, they probably based this off of that just ordinary sugar glider that was mislabeled. Oh, but here we have an image that's, oh my god, this is so good. Look at that pose. And this image is probably actually based off the real thing and not this, like, case of mistaken again, Kiki. I hope these are doing alright. The, like, no naturalist observations. Look, to be fair, it is, like, in one very localized spot, keeping the, like, Papua New Guinea rainforest, so that's probably a big part of why there's no naturalist observations, but still. Wonderful. Oh wait, no, sorry, this is sugar glider again. Fuck, whoops. It's on the wrong page. Okay, I do need then this illustration, which is very good. I'm just worried this illustration was based off the mislabeled one. I guess I should just check if there's a GBIF illustration. That might be easiest. Do you know the northern glider? They seem incredibly rare. Yeah, no cubif illustration. No, like, information either. Holy shit. This is, like, one of the most obscure creatures, which is crazy, because, like, gliders are so cute, you know? You'd think someone... And so interesting. It's crazy when an animal, like, develops the ability to glide. Yeah, yeah. Yes! They eat figs, the hell yes. This... I love the gliding mammals of the world wiki, whatever this is. It's definitely not wiki, but you know. Okay, they have a more... I hope this range is right and not the other one we saw. Yeah, very little is known, but they are, of course, the only thing we know about them, basically, is that they eat figs. Captive animals have thrived on guavas, bananas, and fruits of lily-pilly. Hell yes. Surely one has landed in someone's fruit bowl at least once. These do look really good. I would look... Are lily-pilly... Can humans eat these? Do humans eat these? Yeah, it seems like it. I would love some lily-pillies. Oh, no, I guess these are for cultivation, doesn't necessarily mean for human eating. But they are eaten. They are eaten. God, those look so cotton candy delicious, you know? Look at that. I want one so bad. Yeah, that diet makes it sound fresh as hell. No, it needs to be aerodynamic, so unfortunately can't really afford to be chubby. But there's still like a bit of a chubby vibe going on. And it is quite curvy, like it has the whole like Ripley... Well, it's not like a penumbula or whatever, but whatever the name of the flappy skin is, there's a name, there's a word for it that comes up all the time, but like blanking on it. Yeah, lily-pilly is an amazing fruit name. Yeah, you know, it's such a healthy diet, I think that, and such a like delicious and sweet one. I want to say it's magical. I think the lily-pillies heal it. We know next to nothing about them, but would you believe the one... Well, actually, before this, I should have, like, glider alert. God, I wanted pet sugar gliders so bad for... I mean, I still do, but I was like... I don't think it'd be a good first pet. I think I'd want to go with something like a little easier and be sure I could like take very good care of them. But sugar gliders are so unbelievably cute. And gliders in general. I think sugar gliders are the only one anyone keeps. But would you believe the one thing we do know is that they eat figs? They also thrived on bananas. What was the... I need to actually save lily-pilly for last. Guava is wonderful. And lily-pilly. Captivity. Yeah, I've heard they're like not a good first peg or something, and a lot of people get them because they're just very cute and they saw them on TikTok or whatever, and then poorly. I'd be like, whoa, interesting. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I have really mixed feelings on that kind of thing. Because, like, on one hand, like, sugar gliders are so cute and wonderful, and I'd love to have them. But, you know, I also just feel weird about captive animals in general, especially ones that haven't been, like, fully domesticated. And I definitely want to be, like, absolutely certain I could give it a very good and fulfilling life before I ever, like, commit to something like that. Yeah, I know. I need to incorporate more figs in my diet. Like, clearly they're onto something. Yeah, I think that's probably true. But man, they are so cute. God, sorry, spoiler alerts, but there are some really good glider illustrations here. Look at that. This is giving kind of honey possum to me. Especially like cats and dogs are extremely cute. And those things, like, literally have evolved to coexist among humans, right? Like, they have literally evolved to be pets. So I feel exotic pets. I feel, yeah, kind of icky about them in general. I'm sure, like, you know, if you really know what you're doing and take extremely good care, it can work out. Alright, let's spin another mammal. It was so funny. It was like Petaurus, and oh yeah. No, never, but yeah. Wait, this species is about the mammal for the dragonflies, the Tamias transmarina. Yes! Wait, I need to include this in the review. It shares a name with this guy. Awesome. Really good. I love when you get like two completely different creatures with the same common name. Alright, let's spin another mammal. Myotis longipes is a mouse-eared bat, or Myotis would probably just call it bat or something. The Kashmir cave bat, indeed. Awesome distribution. They're like just 6 roughly equidistant blotches along this curve. Look at that. It's so weird. Merchant Republic ass back distribution, you know, just like these little outposts along this path. This is so slug. Yeah, this guy is following the Silk Road. This is so slug. Look at that. Look at the grumpy face. What a smile. Look at that. Extremely cute. Extremely cute. They are crying cat. They are like the like very like I don't know, like 2025, like 2020 is like Discord meme, like fish island sobbing cat creatures, you know? Wonderful. Caveback does not do wonders for your fresh score to me. I love how on your Fug and Feeging, you just was, oh, they're reportedly fed over an irrigation channel near their subterranean canal routes. I feel that says way more about their distribution than what they eat. You're just telling me where it eats. That's not the kind of, like, when I hear Fug and Feeging, I'm not really thinking of, like, what the location is, you know? Roosts in caves, cracks, crevices, buildings, tunnels, subterranean canals, and tree cavities. Any opening. This thing loves openings. Any, like, horizontal hole. Yeah, you know, I'm with you, Valerie. I love the crying cat images. That sounds so mean, but everyone knows what I mean. Hey, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. They roost in colonies of 2,000. That's so much more than the 526 the previous bat had. Really deep insights on this stream, as always. 2,000 is a lot more than 5 or 6. This, the cave bat, that description just makes you sound so not fresh. This thing has been, like, getting moldy in there for a while. I love them, but they are not fresh. Are they tubby? Wait, is there like a more full body shot? Oh my god, oh my god. Surprisingly, for a bat, it's actually remarkably tubby. Look at that belly. Oh hell yeah, I've thought about that. Like bat boxes, also like boxes for certain birds. Just like building something that creatures can nest in would be wonderful. I don't know if my like neighbors would be fine with me using the like shared lawn for that, but military exercises like particularly strange to me. But I suppose if you're in the Kashmir, there are a lot of those going on. Magical? I don't know. This looks unhealthy, you know? The fur is dense and soft. And then the other stuff is soft. Written by Milius concern, potentially directed by military exercises among other factors. It fed over an irrigation canal, but they don't really specify what it ate. Oh, no, it's not. least concern. It's either gig efficient or vulnerable. I'm not sure which. Let's see, the current IUCN rating is gig efficient, yeah. Oh yeah, an insane ass range. Like, what is this? And IUCN backs it up. I mean, probably the Wikipedia one is just sourced from the IUCN one, but still, we have like a reliable source listing this as the range. Beautiful. Alright, let's spin another mammal. Tamias? Wait. I think Tamias was good. Tamias striatus? Oh wait, it's Chipmunk, which is good. Chipmunk is good. But I think it's more than I'm familiar with this. I've seen Tamias before in like looking at local thing. Wait, it is the only man? Okay, never mind. Apparently I've never seen Tamias in my life. Because this is the only Tamias. But I probably have. I probably just like seen this chipmunk. It's something that lives in places. And oh my god, look at that. Look at those cheek poaches. Look at this Fogo. But yeah, I think that's like default chipmunk of Eastern North America, which is why I know to recognize Tamias. Yes! Yes, dude! God, this is so good. They're comic-y creatures. I love them. I have a video. That is like how a frog would call, you know? That is crazy that a mammal is doing this. Holy. Extremely good. Bird behavior, yeah. Everything eats them. Snakes eat them, jeez. Yeah. And like, classic chipmunk of Eastern North America. Like, there's a good chance a number... I've seen this. You know? There's a good chance a number of people watching have seen this. Like, I think if you see... If you live in Eastern Canada or the United States, excluding the South, yeah, you've seen this guy. And you've seen a chipmunk. It was almost definitely this one, I'm pretty sure. I think this is like default chipmunk of that area. Yeah, this is a familiar creature we love. You're gonna have like, yeah, 73,000 observations. You're doing it like a mammal with like 50, I'm happy. That's very possible, Xavier. But that's good, because with 73,000 pictures, some of these are gonna be good, right? Like, holy. Yeah. Hell yeah. Do you think it's chill? You think this encounter ended peacefully? I hope so. Extremely good. Oh my god. The fucking brawl? The brawl that collides with their foot? yeah. A single Gurigo. What is going on here? Is there a description? Do people know? Could you describe the experience a bit? Haha, just flabbergasted and glee, yeah. Whoa, they've been seeing an eastern chipmunk just like preying on a snake? It just... Oh yeah, it just like attacked a maritime garter snake. It cannot eat it in the end, man. Oh, it just killed it for pleasure. Terrifying. We're next. Oh wait, there are more good images. So first off, there's this observation on an actualist, which is incredible. And then there is this observation on an actualist, which, wait, are these, is this all one observation? No, but it's the same person. Furry was born in the spring of 2022, recognized by her very furry tail and her frequent habit of standing up. Incredible. But is that the same individual? No. So good. Just like working on your computer and suddenly this chipmunk pulls up and starts using your laptop. Then let her take a look, but she only got to the search bar and gave up, so I put on some chipmunk pictures for her to see. It's so good. Yes. Whoa. A melanistic chipmunk? This is just weird squirrel. This is crazy. This is the strange squirrel. I would be so confused if I like saw this in the wild, right? Because like, what creature is this, you know? And you could just see this in like the eastern US. Like, it would, chipmunk would take forever to even occur to me. That's a crazy sighting. Did they immediately know eastern chipmunk? That's impressive. Oh, apparently it's like a well-known creature. Like, that makes sense. If anyone saw this, they'd like immediately talk about it. Yes. God, chipmunks rule. I don't like this image is. I'm tempted to just go with this one though. This one is so good. I really like the chipmunk confused and seeing this image one, but like, come on. Actually, you know what? This one might be good enough. Fuck it, this one's good enough. I'm gonna do it. If the like, because it is quite vertical as well. If the dimensions lend itself to doing so. Oh yeah, this was so the right call. You're gonna shrink it down just a touch. Yes. Perfect. yeah, this is like a very familiar creature for me from my childhood. I would see these like where I was in Toronto all the time. And they're so cute. Image by Eric Cormier. Hey, welcome, go gremlin. Welcome. It is kinda Goomba shape, yeah, and it is like that exact cloudy frown, yeah, the like exact proportion, cloudy frown. They're extremely fresh. Like, I've seen them a bunch of times. You think they're stale, but they still bring me so much joy. I think the, like, big puffy cheeks adds to its tubbiness quite a bit, because they're, like, slender creatures, but the cheeks help. I'm seeing crazy curvature here. Well, let's read about the chemistry, I guess, even though it's, like, a very familiar creature. I don't actually know a ton about it. Large variety of habitats. Survives well in fragmented landscapes, that makes sense. Activity peak during in the middle of the day. Although male and female activity patterns differ. A very small fat reserve. Maybe that does cut into its chubby score compared to other species. Very vocal creature. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll bring it down just a little bit for that. Magical? They have like a healing presence to me. Like they brighten my day when I would see one. I miss chipmunks. Extremely familiar creature of northeastern North America. I would see these all the time. Just extremely good images. Like, what is there to say? Sorry, no, this is like illegible. Let me fix that. Like, what is there to say? I know this guy. I love this guy. I'm sure many of you feel very similar. Yeah, Eastern Chipmunk. I'm glad we got an iconic creature. God, they're so good. I just think this might be the last world again. I know I haven't been going on for super long, but I really do have to get my grading done as soon as possible. I really should. I've gotten like none Chuge, so I really should get back on that. But maybe, yes, maybe in the meantime, we can scroll through the gallery of the most faved Eastern Chipmunk photos just for a bit. This is awesome. This is like some funny animal pictures website, but for some reason all the pictures are of Eastern Chipmunk, you know? This is actually like niche experience. Like, they're not even just funny chipmunk images. We are exclusively scrolling through funny Eastern Chipmunk images. Whoa. Whoa. Like partially melanistic or something? Yeah, or partially leucistic. Because I think this doesn't happen with albinism, right? You can't be like partially albinistic, but you can be partially leucistic. I'm guessing, just because I've only run into that. That's crazy. It's like kind of unsettling almost. Yeah, it gets like slightly moldy, but it's like wonderful. It's so strange. God, look at those chubby cheeks. Look at them. Look at them. The squadron. I love how they're all looking in the same direction. Yes. Yes! God, I love you so much, Eastern Chipmunk. I know, so much character. It helps, of course, like, extremely common creature in cities in the eastern United States. Like, I'm sure for many of the creatures we rolled today, if there were 73,000 photos of them on an actual list, the top ones would be this good. But still, we can just, like, relish. We can just relish in these for a little bit. Look at that! Look at that! Extremely good. I thought this was like a really weird chipmunk for a second, but no. No, this is a beautiful encounter. Look at his expression here. Look at his pose. But anyways, thank you all so much for coming by. This was a lot of fun. And again, I will be streaming Monday, but then the 2 streams after that, I'm probably not going to be able to do like the 2 normal stream days after that. Monday will be my last stream for like a week and a bit. But yeah, thank you all so much for coming by. This is really good. I love the Eastern Chipmunk. Yeah, let me just very quickly find someone to raid. There's some really good options. You know, let's head here. Let's head to Incredible Artist Yos Luna. I love art streams. I don't think I've rated them before. Thank you all so much for coming by. And I will see you all next time. Bye, everyone!